What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua says this about Michael Hunter. He says, 12 minutes and 40 seconds into this interview, Hunter talks about his experience in the training camp with Andy Ruiz ahead of our rematch in Saudi Arabia. When I took an L, I made zero excuses, firmed it, and bounced back. Now, this is what he was talking about, okay?
They were awesome as a team, their team.
In between meals.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of conjecture afterwards, a few excuses from Andy Ruiz. Did you see anything in camp?
No.
Feel like you hadn't prepared properly?
I did not at all. You know, I had, there was a few times that, well, even both of us, we ended up getting sick a little bit. It was like the flu going around or something over there, but it didn't really stop him from too many days. You know, he was only out a couple of days and he was back in the gym. As of me too, we both, took the same amount of days off, and I felt like coming back though, we didn't miss a beat. We were right back on track. I felt very good for the camp. I thought he was doing exceptionally well.
Was he chopping?
Yes, I feel like he was doing just as good in camp and stuff like that. And I didn't really see anything like that,
It's a shame that.
So that's what Anthony Joshua was talking about. When he lost, he made hell of excuses, okay? So that, I caught the flu, or I was sick for a few days, that contributed to another excuse. Of course, we know the other ones. I ate too much, I drank too much, I wasn't in shape. Those type of excuses were made. I apologized to my coach, to my dad, even though I got my dad to fire my coach. But in public, I said it was my fault, but I fired him behind closed doors. Chicken shit like that. But anyway, moving forward. Listen to M. Hunter, a heavyweight that was in his training camp sparring and training with him side by side as he boxed on my undercard December 7th, 2019. He said 2020, but it was actually 19. Heavyweights are big guys with small hearts that can't handle success or defeat. That's why I don't mix in my industry too tough. And the worst is most people would listen to the BS. Those are the words of Ghost Anthony Joshua. Now, I feel Anthony Joshua, I can see why he's upset about that, because a lot of people, when he lost to Andy Ruiz, they questioned everything. I mean, people questioned, should he retire? People questioned his chin. People questioned his heart. You had guys like Wilder that was like happy and shit. And like he was doing a PBC parade almost, saying he didn't have the heart of a champion, and his whole thing was lies, and you know what I mean. It was a lot was involved with Joshua when he took that L, but he made no excuses. He said, I think it's this, I think it's that. He didn't say any of that shit. He stayed quiet. He worked on his footwork. He worked on losing weight, shredding weight. He trained vigorously. And he came back in Saudi Arabia a lot freaking smaller, a lot slimmer, and a lot more mobile. And he boxed Andy Ruiz, fat and all, belly and roll, for 12 rounds. Now, after that, the excuses came. Now, here's the irony. The excuses came from Andy Ruiz just like it came from the people that had something to say about his loss. Look what's going on with Wilder right now. Think about it. Wilder, everybody, including himself, are making more and more excuses each day on why he lost. Honestly, I didn't even know that Andy Ruiz said he had a cold. He never mentioned that when he took that L. When he got outboxed for 12 rounds, he didn't mention that he was sick, So Michael Hunter came in and said, hey, we both got a little sick or whatever. So as far as Anthony Joshua was concerned, that's another excuse. But to be fair, Michael Hunter did say, "Hey, when we came back, we took a few days off, and it was like he is like he didn't miss a beat." So, you couldn't really look at that as too big of an excuse, especially saying that Michael Hunter made the excuse more safe. But understand this: just because Michael Hunter said something, that means it's already an implying factor in someone's mind when they hear something. So when they hear something, it's just another factor on why he lost instead of him. And that's just not being the better guy that night, which he wasn't. Anthony Joshua was. Contrast how Andy Ruiz was a better guy in June of 2019. Okay, so, but the thing is, Joshua was saying, hey, you didn't hear that shit from me now, did you? You didn't hear me piss and moan and groan and talk about what was going on, or the egg weight forms and heavy ass jackets and costumes and all. You didn't hear any of that. Now you heard everything and everybody else try to make sense out of what happened to him. Even Bob Arum, he wasn't the same. But it went from he wasn't the same to he's a bum because Ruiz is a bum. So therefore Ruiz beats Joshua. Joshua got to be a bum in Bob Arum's eyes. So we know Bob Arum and how he feels about, Joshua and Eddie Hearn and all those Matchroom connectors, right? So, it just shows you that Anthony Joshua pays attention to what people says, and he doesn't really talk much, but he will reply and make a strong point. And the thing is, Andy Ruiz lost. Just like Anthony Joshua did. Nothing more, nothing less. You keep looking too much into it, you start taking away the victory of the other guy that particular night. Because if all we have to do when we lose is make an excuse, how can we ever bounce back? You see what I'm saying? But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua counterpunching Michael Hunter for his latest excuse for Andy Ruiz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.